welcome to the St. Louis Park Rec Center for Section 6AA Girls Hockey. A good semifinal matchup for you today. It's the number 3 seed and 8th-ranked Wayzata Trojans against the number 2 seed and number 4 in the state rankings, Benilde-St. Margaret's Red Knights. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox along with Dan Ficken. And Dan, the teams played not long ago. It was a tight battle, not a ton of chances. Benilde ended up winning it 2-0. They have had a really strong season, maybe even a little more consistent than Wayzata, but I mean, both teams come into this one looking very confident, feeling pretty good about their chances, and just liking the way they're playing down the stretch.
Well, we watched them play both teams a little earlier, but consistency is the name of Benilde-St. Margaret's game. From the first game of the season all the way through to now, their numbers show it, the way they're scoring, it's equalized all over the place. They got a plus 36 goal differential on there, playing very well and consistent. Now, Wayzata started out poorly, 3-4-1, but they've been 8-3-0 since then, and are coming into the section tournament here after with an 8-3 record. Had a nice victory the other night against United, and put some goals up, but some of the girls have really stepped up there, and they've gotten much better since the beginning of the season.
Red Knights, a team that's just gotten a little bit older, a little bit stronger overall, but also more a recommitment to defense and playing, 200 feet is what assistant coach Kevin Gray was telling us, and it's paid off. I mean, a lot of times these playoff games are going to be a little bit more low scoring. You're not going to probably see a 6-4 type game in this section, and they kind of know that and have built toward that, I think, in a good fashion. Well,
and it was a change in their style too. They were the high scoring romper room, let's put a fire drill going here and put some pucks in the net. We talked to the coaches, and they only allow, I believe it was 19 shots a game. Their goal against per game, 0.94. I mean, that's a tremendous commitment to defense. No team they have not given up double figures goals in any period throughout the year. That's accumulation of the whole season. They're playing great defense.
Let's talk about key players to look at in this one, and Wayzata's got a real high-powered first line, and one of those that'll lead the way. Gretchen Branton, a real veteran in this program, reached the 20-goal mark in a shortened season. When you consider the schedule they play, especially, that's pretty impressive.
Well, she's been a spark plug. I mean, she's all over the place. You'll notice her right away. She's got not only 20 goals, of those, 2 of them are power play goals. She's got 1 shorthanded goal, too. And she's always a threat on the ice. You never know what she's going to do. She takes the puck away. She's annoying. She's a gnat. She's a mosquito. But a real good leader for the team, and she can find the net, no question.
Benilde has really got a couple of great defensive pairs, and Emma Peschel is one of those that can really get it done. A great skater. She had the first goal against Wayzata last week, and just a player who can really do a lot for this team to generate offense and also obviously solid defensively.
We did that game against Breck, and I doubted if she left the ice there in the third period at all. She's a force, and what makes her very special is not only is she big and cover good defensively and knows her angles, she's offensive minded. She can put the puck in the net, and she runs the power play. Very strong and tough. She'll be out there during the tight times because she's one of the best D's they got.
Wayzata co-coach Taylor Williamson said it's going to be whoever wants it more. We need to play with passion right from the get-go to come out on top and win this one on the road. The winner goes to the Section 6 championship game. It is Wayzata and Benilde, and it comes your way next here on CCX. And welcome back. As we said, this is a semifinal matchup between Wayzata and Benilde here in the Section 6AA Girls Tournament. The other side of the bracket has Edina and Blake meeting at 6 o'clock as Edina, the top seed, and have to be considered the favorite, I think, but all the three of the other teams are awful good as well. And then the winners will meet up at the site of the high seed on Saturday, which would be at Edina if they prevail on the other side here tonight. Otherwise, either of these teams would be the host team if Blake does knock off the Hornets. Look at the goaltenders for tonight's game, starting with Wayzata. Annika Lavender has played almost all of their minutes this year, and the goals against just over 2 and a .913 save percentage, also 3 shutouts. She has stepped in and done a really nice job, and Carly Green has really come into her own too for Benilde, a senior, and you see, as Dan mentioned, below 1 goals allowed this year for their team, and a .952 save percentage, 7 shutouts. Fantastic season, and we are about ready to drop the puck here. Lily Mortensen facing it off here against Branton, and we're underway as Wayzata gaining control first here. Sam Matthey back with it for the Trojans. And that pass deflected and taken by Peschel. Peschel firing. Ooh. And a glove stop there by Lavender as we got an early look at what Peschel can do, intercepting that pass in the neutral zone and getting away a quick shot.
No fear of going into the offensive zone. She lined it up nice, got herself more toward the middle and rifled a good shot, causing a save and a faceoff.
Got a 5 p.m. start, and we're also, of course, now into daylight savings time, so a little bit unusual. We're seeing a lot of sunlight here, especially at the as we look at the rink to the left here at this game. Not a lot of times that we'd still be playing this late into March, in this rink. So I know a lot of the players probably have been in this rink when it's looked like this, but I really haven't. And it's kind of an interesting look. Wayzata caught on a change, 2-on-1.
Oh.
And puck knocked away there by Lavender after the attempt by Mary Zavarol. And then the follow-up try they didn't really get to. Early opportunity there for Benilde as Wayzata got caught in a slow change. Drop back to the point. There's a shot off the pads there. A big rebound given by Green. Carried ahead here by Melsness, and Sophie Melsness puts one on net. And the stop made by Lavender, but she'll get an offensive zone draw for the Red Knights here.
Good opportunity there again, trying for the 5-hole, and Lavender covers up really nice on that, and they had another situation on the other end too.
So we've seen actually a couple pretty decent opportunities very early in the game already. Here comes Sloan Matthews for Wayzata, and that one goes just wide. Branton trying to track it down and keep it in. It comes outside the Red Knight zone and then right back in. Abby Hancock back to get it. They get it around now looking for Olivia Haig. That went off a skate, and they'll make a line change here as it goes down the rink. Trojans back to regroup with Sammy Hackley. Chop back into the Wayzata zone. Now they're able to get it out as Christine Peterson got it to the Benilde line, but here comes Peschel with a head of steam back the other direction. Peschel floating a pass out front. Nice recovery by Hackley to block it though. Benilde trying to go D to D there, but it got away and back out. Trojans following up here with Ellie Fornes. Peschel though does a nice job digging it free from her.
Boy, Wayzata's playing real discipline here, Jay. They did a nice job of the defensive zone, pushing everything to the outside. We're aggressive on every puck. Here they're just controlling and taking their time inside the offensive zone and try to set something up.
Red Knights get it out of there. That pass, though, did not quite connect with Zavarol from Maya Jones. So an icing call against Benilde will come back into their zone. 14:06 to go here in the first, and no score on the board. The winner goes to the section final on Saturday. Off the draw, Mallory Coffin chops that one wide. And I think that's going to be a hand pass there.
Well, as you were talking about, on the other side of this bracket is Edina and Blake, and they're playing tonight at Edina, so that'll determine where the next game we play. But this section has always been a tough one. It's always been a good one since they put it together a few years ago.
Centering pass there, popped up in the air. Zavarol trying to get that puck out, and now does. Coffin circling back to play it for the Trojans, and that one popped up into the Wayzata bench area. So we'll get another face-off here. It's quite a few face-offs in the early going here. There's got to be a lot of nervous tension for these players right now. I mean, you gear up for this, and then all of a sudden the playoffs are here, and you know it's win or go home.
Yeah, and having faced each other once this year, there's kind of been a natural rivalry between these two, because there are some Wayzata kids that are Red Knights, and so it makes it a fairly competitive game every time they play.
Oh, a giveaway there, rebound chance. Zavarol was in close. Wayzata kind of a careless backhand pass there, nearly cost him. Peterson unable to get that puck by Peschel, and played in behind Wayzata's net. Lavender leaving it there for Matthey. Matthey leading the rush up ice here for the Trojans. She'll hammer it in off the glass as they go to look to forecheck. Good pinch there by Matthey for the Trojans. Keep jousting for it along the wall. Now finally Benilde able to get it out of there. And it comes with Melsness trying to get that puck out front. Hackley recovering and is able to block it. Now they go back to the point, to the trailer coming in. Abby Hancock, puck loose in front. And it comes back again to Hancock. She'll play it to an open corner, and Melsness will get there. Back up top, Hancock. Shooting, that one hits traffic. It's loose though in the slot and then chopped high. Anna Podine up with it, plays it around behind. Benilde having a pretty good shift here, got a couple of attempts with traffic in front.
Well, the forecheck finally started to work. Wayzata was past 4 times, got out of their zone pretty easily. All of a sudden the Red Knight forecheck is now in play.
Avery Junker turning on the speed to try and get to that one as Benilde was changing behind her. She was in there alone. Peschel banking it ahead. It gets away there from Annie Juckness.
That was a break for Wayzata because Peschel was going, boy. She was going toward the net hard.
Peschel swings it around, retrieved there by Ella Ehlers. Now tipped ahead. Red Knights trying to catch Wayzata there, changing D. Lavender the save, but couldn't glove it. And the Red Knights again buzzing as it gets away here from Peschel. And that one thrown wide of the net by Maya Jones. Circling back for it, there's Lucy Hansen. Hansen turning up ice as they change behind her. Slams on the brakes nicely, and now the trailing players are in position for a shot, but that one denied as Zavarol took it. Now Wayzata looking to break the other way. Peterson has Matthews with her, trying to get it to her, but just out of her reach. Matthews trying to track it down, now throwing it back in deep. It bounced away though from Peterson. Coming out of there is Coffin, and her shot goes up over the top as the defenseman got a piece of her stick on the shot. Now it crawls over Hackley's stick. Zavarol pressuring her.
Ooh, careful with his stick. You know, the one thing we learned over the years is that the referees will call the stick penalties. Usually in these section games, they want to let the kids play.
A little bit of an anxious moment there for the defenseman Haig as that puck was kind of at her skates, but able to stay with it.
Well, the other interesting thing the Red Knight coaches told us too is that the forwards for the Benilde Red Knights are really taking responsibility for playing 200 feet, like I said, back checking hard. Last time with the 2-person Trojan rush, all of a sudden there were 3 Red Knights there involved in busting up the play.
Emma Hain up the right side here for Benilde. Drops a pass off, but fanned on. And the rush coming back the other way for the Trojans. And this one's going to be offside here as we get a whistle. 9:35 remaining in the first. They're in the Look in the middle there is Taylor Williamson.
Done a great job with this program. They've really, really gotten better since the beginning of the year, Jay. And you know, this should be a good game against Benilde.
Here's a chance, and there's a shot by Peterson into the glove there of Green.
They only recorded that as the second shot on the Benilde goal. You know, the first one they got earlier in the period for sure.
Trojans win the draw, and Branton's shot though goes wide. Matthews looking to track it down, kicks it nicely back to the point. Here's a shot, stick save, rebound, and a pad save there by Green, as she gave up a pretty juicy rebound on the first one, but then slid over with the pad.
And keeper Ann Ream, she had 2 goals in the last game, the first game of the sections. Really step up.
Tip back out to center. Matthew up with it. Bounces around a little bit at the blue line. Now Hackley coming up to play it. Only one there was Juckness for Benilde. Now it's thrown back out to center. Red Knights dump it back in. They have to tag up though. And this pass misfires, so it's going to be icing against the Trojans. Another look at a couple good opportunities here. Matthew the drive and then the rebound.
Right
There's
there.
Peterson getting the shot, and the pad stop made by Green. She did a good job of staying with it and got the second one squared up pretty nicely.
Yeah, she got her body out there too. If she would have lifted, I don't think Peterson would have scored either because her body was in the way. It seemed like Benilde all of a sudden just kind of sat back for a minute or two. It seems like they've kind of slowed down.
Looking for the tip out front, it's a goal. Benilde is on the board as they get the deflection out front. Zavarol, I believe, will get the goal here for the Red Knights, and they take a 1-0 lead.
That'd be your 10th goal of the year, and I think Peschel was on the shooting side up at the defense end. But it was tipped. Yeah, it was Peschel. Wrist shot.
Oh, more a little bit of a rebound there. I think the D got a piece of it initially. Yeah, that's right. And then just jabbed through there by Zavarol.
Yep. Got it stuck in that 5-hole and she pushed it through to clear it. She's having a nice year.
There's a look at Sean Podine, the Red Knights head coach, as Peschel will get the assist on the goal by Zavarol. So 1-0 Benilde, and a little sneaky attempt there by Peterson. And Green feels like she's kind of letting a lot of pucks get in. She's not really coming out and challenging maybe. I wouldn't say, I don't know if I want to go so far as to say she looked shaky, but maybe not super sharp.
No, that's what I'm seeing. She had to be sharp there. That the Red Knight defense kind of standing around looking at puck, you know, they're not getting on a person, taking sticks away, getting bodies in the way, and putting some physical on them. And the Trojans are getting some nice rebound chances here.
Hayne wins the draw. Peschel back to pick it up here for Benilde, floating it to Melsness. Got it out to center and tipped ahead there by Haig, but the Trojans recover. Drop back here to Hancock. Haig giving it back to Hancock. The D leading the rush here. Hancock fires, and Lavender having to come up with a save. And Benilde, probably as much as just about any team, you're going to see a couple of their defensemen are just as good at leading a rush as anybody. Sometimes it catches the defense a little bit off guard for just a second. They're not in alignment with being able to defend that, and it led to a nice rush there for Hancock. This one's going to come all the way down. Green careful to watch, make sure it wasn't going to hit the net. It'll be icing against Wayzata here.
Well, it was a good setup and a good play on that goal score, but that was interesting. We see many times where a team will put great pressure on one end, and the team that's getting pressured breaks away real quick and scores a quick goal with hardly any work.
Yeah, it's been kind of an interesting flow to it because for a while at the beginning it felt like Benilde was moving and kind of controlling play, but then like you said, Dan, for a little stretch there were some pretty good shifts back to back for Wayzata, and they were getting a little bit of opportunities, and I guess that's not terribly surprising, but it's just been interesting the way it's developed.
Oh yeah.
Near steal there by Julia Lindahl for the Trojans. Now picked up by Karina Schindler. Got it into the Red Knight zone there. Maya Jones playing it right back out. That one was tipped, so no icing as Benilde making a line change here. Schindler back to get it. Swung it around for Hackley. A lot of open ice up the left side, although the pass was behind Peterson. Now got it ahead of Matthews. Ooh, nearly made her way all the way through, but a good recovery by Avery Junker.
Well, Sloan is a shifty creature. She's got some nice moves and can move them very quickly, and she'll snap one off on you. She's had 4 great seasons with the Trojans.
So when cleared out, icing call coming up against BSM here. 6:07 to go in period number 1. Benilde leading at 1-0. Mary Zavarol, a little rebound goal off a point shot taken by Emma Peschel. And so the Red Knights go up 1-0. There you get a good look at just how sunny it is down at this end of the rink. It looks much different from end to end here. It isn't our cameras. That's how it is in the building tonight, at least for the early part of the game with that sun shining in.
Where's the cabana? I want to know where the cabana is.
Carried around behind the net. Now floated to the side, and Zavarol got an attempt. Boy, Anna Podine, that was kind of a creative little play there as she carried the puck and then just dropped it off for Zavarol.
Well, the defense again, too. Again, kind of gaping and watching the puck and not aware who's around their name. And Zavarol's right there, right on the doorstep. Miss Lavender, the goalie, wouldn't be happy with that situation.
Puck tipped ahead. Red Knights able to keep possession. That pass attempt, though, broken up as Zavarol looked to drop it back. Clearing attempt, though, was denied, and puck thrown across to an open side. Allison Peters got it out of the zone, but then played right back in. Schindler. Now the Red Knights swoop in to pick it up. Turnaround try there was blocked as Lily Mortensen took that attempt. Carried to center and chipped in. Wayzata changing here, but trying to get possession back there. Good effort anyway on the rush by Sophia Bach.
Smart play too. She got it in deep, let that line change get completely done. She had a good game the other night too. She had a hat trick against Minnehaha United.
There's a takeaway, and a backhand try is tipped up over the net as Olivia Haig came up with that puck for the Red Knights. They'll go to the point, now across to Peschel. Peschel firing, pad save, and then it's slammed out of there.
I'm becoming a big fan of Miss Peschel. She hasn't missed the net yet, Jay. By gosh, she put it right on the net.
There's another one, this time into the glove of Lavender, so we'll get a draw here in Wayzata's end. 4:13 to go here in the first. Benilde again kind of starting to take over a little bit. I think overall, Dan, we're seeing more team speed for the Red Knights. I think that's fair to say. I'm not offending Wayzata with that, I don't think. And it's starting to show up a little bit as, just more and more across the ice. Oh, and an opportunity in close there, but never really got a good attempt away. And this one will bounce back out into the Benilde zone. Hancock back to pick it up. To the Trojans line and then thrown back into Benilde zone. Hancock again gathers. Cross with it to Anna Podine. Podine then takes it back here for Benilde. Matthews ahead to Peterson as the Red Knights were changing. Peterson will send it in and she will go off on a change as well. Hancock picking it up. It's one of those things where I don't think you want to get too caught up in line matching, but at the same time you do have to beware out there. You don't want your number one or to be up against their number 1 with your number 3, if at all possible. And I think we're seeing some quick changes kind of based on matchups a little bit.
Yes, you're right. And assistant coaches generally tend to keep an eye on that type of thing. And
Red Knights trying to create a chance from behind the net again here, but this one cleared. It'll be icing against the Trojans as Lindahl sent it down the rink. And Benilde starting to tighten their grip on the forecheck again a little bit. Wayzata's finding it a little bit difficult getting a clean out when they've gotten control. So another offensive zone draw for BSM. Peschel that time had pressure in her face, so didn't shoot it. Knocked to the corner here. And again, the Trojans trouble getting it out, and that one thrown toward the net. 2.5 to play here in this first period, and Wayzata again will just have to look to get it out. Peschel intercepting there. Pass across, Zavro, right back to Peschel. Oh, and a great stop by Lavender. What timing on that rush for Benilde. It was just tic-tac-toe. And now thrown to the front. Ooh, and Lavender knocked it aside, and now it's cleared down the rink and will be another icing call against Wayzata. That might have been as good a setup as I've seen in the game all year right there.
Isn't that pretty?
But Lavender wasn't having it. She was like, yeah, it was a great play, but I'm still going to stop you. But what a rush there by Benilde, just perfect on the timing.
Again, like you said too, just a little bit of a quicker step now, and they've picked it up. But both these goalies are tremendous, and they're going to get tested tonight. And it'll be interesting to see what kind of a scoring game it is.
Now it's Wayzata with an opportunity. Coffin firing, Green making the stop there. Again, though, pretty good recovery defensively by, I believe it was Hancock, to limit that chance. I mean, it was still a chance, but she didn't get panicky there and get out of position.
Well, she got her spacing right, and she used the boards as another defender and took space away from her, just period. And she had to take a shot from the bad side because she wasn't getting out of where she was.
Codine swinging it across now to Hancock. Chip loose at center there, and a bouncing puck. Now carried in there by Hain. And that one goes way back out of the zone as Peschel just came back on the ice and throws it back in. Benilde finishing their change now. Pass tipped ahead. It's going to wind up with Green. She will cover that one up and force a face-off here as we're getting late in this first period. Just a little over a minute to go. 1-0 Benilde. They have, I would say, started to control the play more and more here down the stretch.
Well, one thing Wayzata's doing too, they're slowing it down and being pesky. We're seeing a lot of icing, and we're seeing a few offsides here. And this is the way Wayzata would like to play Benilde. Benilde wants to have a free-flowing game, keep skating, and this chop.
Oh, there's a tip and then a rebound of Matthews getting 2 good looks at the net. Now Mortensen coming back with Zavarol. That one got away from Mary, though, down toward the corner. Zavarol trying to kick it free and does. So we go under a minute to play in the first. There's a tip that doesn't make it to the net. Boy, Wayzata got their best chance just a moment ago on the first the deflection, then the rebound by Matthews, but Green was ready.
Lucy Hansen of the Red Knights almost took one away and caused a turnover.
Pass ahead, Matthews tipping it to herself, but she's 1 against 3. Trying to wait for help to arrive, but then it's cleared out. Nice step up there by Schindler. 10 seconds to go in the period as Wayzata finishing a change, and now ahead, here comes Melsness. And forced away there, didn't have a real great angle at it. And the buzzer will sound to end this opening period of play here, and Benilde gets the only goal, and overall the better of the chances here for sure. Our score after 1 is Wayzata 0, Benilde 1 on the board here on the goal by that young lady, Mary Zavarol.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour, we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse, walk a mile in my shoes.
We are inside the St. Louis Park Rec Center. 1-0 Benilde leading Wayzata here in the Section 6AA semifinals. And it wasn't too long ago that these teams matched up here. In fact, just the 11th of March over at Plymouth in the late regular season meeting. Here's Peschel coming up with a great steal there in the neutral zone and walking in to score for Benilde. And there wasn't a whole lot of action after that other than goaltenders coming up with some nice stops. And then late in the game, an empty netter from Emma Hain for Benilde. So they ended up winning that one by a score of 2-0. And through one period here tonight, our score is 1-0 in favor of Benilde as we check out some action from this first period of play. This one tipped loose and Zavarol on the rush here. And then just stick to side. It bounced over Peschel's stick as Lavender got a piece of it. That shot attempt knocked down, puck loose there as they got some pucks toward the net. And Wayzata getting an opportunity in the other direction as Peterson across, and it just missed for Matthews on the return. Very good idea there, but just couldn't quite get it to go. Here's a slap shot and then a nice rebound, a juicy rebound. Peterson putting that one on net. Green coming up with a stop, but here's Peschel with shot, and then the rebound jabbed in by Zavarol. That's the only goal of this opening period of play. Wayzata getting some chances later though. There's Matthews, a tip and a rebound. I mean, that's two really good saves in a row by Green. She was right on it there. I think she might have heard us say she wasn't sharp and early because she sure was right there. Shots favoring Benilde in that first period, scoring chances as well. We did not see a penalty at all. Coach Gray from Benilde, an assistant, was telling us that his team was in the box an awful lot in that first meeting with Wayzata, so they got to be happy about that part, as neither team took a penalty in that first period. We will come back with more hockey in just a moment as the teams get set to take the ice for period number 2 here on CCX.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You'll also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
Game's only goal scored by Mary Zavarol in that first period for Benilde as they get set for period number 2 here. Wayzata, I think a little bit, disjointed. They definitely had a couple of good chances, but overall I think they were certainly outplayed in that first period. They got good goaltending, and we'll see what transpires from here on, Dan.
No, like you were saying, this looks like the same old formula that the Red Knights used the other night against them, and just kind of get ahead and make them chase, and then just hold on to play good defense. And that's not something you can say about the Red Knight teams of the past few years. They just keep scoring, and they didn't scare if you scored 5 because they'd score 6. They don't play that way anymore. So this should be interesting. This is usually Benilde-St. Margaret's best period. They have the largest goal differential in the second period. So what? Okay.
Mortensen and Branton on the draw there as Branton wins it. We're underway in period number 2. Flipped into the Benilde zone. Green out to stop it here for the Red Knights. Pass comes through to Zavarol as she tries to dig it out of her skates there. Oh, nice job to tip that puck ahead. Hustling after it there was Hansen. Tried to play it down toward the corner. Hackley took it away. Now it comes loose in the circle. Quick shot, and Mortensen putting that one on target. And Tracy Mortensen, her mom, stopped by and said hi. And she wanted to say hi to her friends Joanne and Eric watching in Philadelphia tonight. They were going to check out the Red Knights in action, and Mortensen getting away a pretty good attempt right there.
Nice setup, good spacing.
Tapped loose by Schindler. Plays it deep into the Benilde zone. Podine sending it around. And here's Coffin regrouping there. Have to wonder a little bit about ice conditions, Dan, with that sunlight coming in, and obviously we're in mid-March. It's warmer than what you normally expect for hockey season. Obviously, you can play hockey year-round in the indoors, but early to start the period, I think people need to be a little bit careful and just kind of be watching that.
Well, you can see the splashes of wet and standing water, especially in front of both nets. Got to restrict the puck quite a bit, so we'll see how much that affects play.
Tap back out to center. Hancock up with it, but then taken back the other way. Little pass floated ahead. Here's Melsness trying to put that one out front, but broken up. And now the Trojans looking to break it out there, but Fornes was cut off nicely. Maya Jones got there. We talked about those really two dynamite pairs of D at the top of the lineup for Benilde. Floated out front, and that shot fanned on. Then the rebound is put on net as Teresa de Caesar getting an attempt there, and Lavender having come up with a stop. She really kind of fanned on the first one, but then it was still there for the taking. Actually more of a block than fan entirely, but.
Yeah, it was blocked quite a bit, but just being right in the middle of it, there were 3 Red Knight players there, and the 2 Wayzata D, and they had no clue that one was standing on the side of the net. One Red Knight was.
Matthew up with it, trying to get it out. Kept in, though, and then it pops into the Benilde bench as Peschel was trying to keep that puck moving forward toward Wayzata's net.
She's got all the tools. Big, fast, coordinated, knows her angles, can stuff it when she needs to. She can actually lead an offensive charge if she needs to.
Kind of plays with that swagger, too. I mean, you can tell she thinks that she's able to do kind of what she wants out there, and in a good way.
Oh, yeah.
Here's Peschel coming up. Won that collision. She lost her stick, but she stayed up strong while the opposing player went down. Here's Branton tipping it in toward the corner. They go for it, but Peschel is there first. Tipped ahead by Hansen. Now Matthews getting it across to Peterson, but then her pass intercepted by Hancock. Stepping up nicely though, Trojans get to it. Matthews tried to play it to the corner, but it was blocked and thrown back out. This might be icing here against the Red Knights, and will be. And we will come back into the Benilde zone. Early second period, 1-0 Benilde-St. Margaret's. The winner moves into the section final to face either Edina or Blake.
Well, Jay pointed out that Benilde seems to be asserting himself more this period there, but all of a sudden there's about a 30-second to a minute lapse there where Wayzata was kind of beating it back. They're not quitting at all. I mean, Wayzata's going to keep coming at him.
Schindler the shot, and the rebound as Green makes the save. Yeah, from that first period, it, kind of, there's that one's blocked. Kind of became apparent that the overall chances and shots are probably going to favor Benilde. But in a playoff game like this, if Wayzata can just take advantage of 1 or 2 good opportunities, they could still very much win this game.
Yeah, and the big reason for both these teams, they both got very good goaltenders, so whichever one cracks first is going to be to the detriment of their team, but you're right, there it is.
Here's an attempt. As Green made the save there on Bach. Another chance here in the circle, and a quick little backhander by Fornes. And now they score. Tied up, just what we were talking about. Wayzata, quality over quantity maybe in terms of their chances. And this one is put away for the Trojans by Ream.
Well, Ream continues hot. She had a great game the other night against Minneapolis United. She come out in front here, nice backhand, gets it away, and then she comes by and grabs the rebound and just basically does a wraparound. Green lost the puck. She didn't know where it was. When she was trying to get across, just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, just banked it off of Green, actually, on the... She didn't really quite have it far enough to do a full wraparound there, but just threw it off the goaltender and in.
Those big leg pads are good, but sometimes you can't tell which angle they're going to come off on.
Barnett will get the assist on Ream's goal at 3:34. We are evened up at a goal apiece. And that's going to be our first penalty of the game, as it'll go against Benilde Sophie Malsness.
Well, this will be interesting. An opportunity for Wayzata. You know, Jay, I've been doing these stats for these games and, you know, building our stuff for our talks and stuff, but I noticed that this year pretty much every team, with the exception of the Maple Grove boys team, has a lousy power play. And their penalty kills are off the charts. Yeah, you could see the hold there. She kind of grabbed her and got her down and took her down and kept her down. I think that's Branton she took down, right?
Back out to center as Wayzata looks to get their power play going. Matthews. Now it's Zavrel jumping to chop it in. Peschel pursued it there, but had to retreat. Here comes Coffin leading the rush now for Wayzata. Plays it around as they dig for it in the corner. Back toward the point. Ooh, Zavrel nearly took that one away. Here's a shot into the chest there, right into that Red Knight logo on Carly Green's jersey.
Now there's where a problem is, Jay, with the sight lines with that goal, and she's looking right at the sun on the other end. I think she lost it in the shadows.
It's not something you normally talk about in hockey. You know, a baseball, softball game, yes, but here's an opportunity for Branton. Oh, a blocker save and a big rebound. Boy, Branton had all kinds of time to line that one up, and she tried to go high stick side. A very good idea and a well-placed shot, but Green fought it off. Coffin giving it over to Branton. Now the Coffin picks it up again. Gave it away. Hancock coming back. Here's her shot, and a blocker saved the other way by Lavender. 45 to go in the power play. Wayzata nearly took the lead a moment ago.
Well, you can see how much they've improved, Jay, over the year now. They're just much more aggressive, and they're taking advantage of their opportunities. And in most cases, when they shoot the puck, they hit the net.
Coffin trying to float one long there for Branton, but instead it'll be icing. As you get another look, watch off the faceoff win. Branton has all day to line that one up. And Green able to get over there with the blocker. And a lot of times that's where, you know, the most vulnerable spot for a goaltender is high on that stick side.
Yep.
If you can hit it.
Yep. Well, this game is funny. This game is going to be decided by the goaltender. The two very good goaltenders here. We'll see which one cracks first.
Jump back in. Under 15 to go in the power play for Wayzata. Complexion of the game has really changed, though. They get that goal, and then they come close on a couple of opportunities on the power play. It feels like Wayzata is really not only in this one, but very much, you know, has seized control a little bit.
Yeah.
Or momentum anyway, if not control.
Well, Wayzata's only scored 4 goals in 52 power plays this year for an 8% rate. And Benilde's at 17%, which isn't very good. But they're both in the high 90s for penalty killing.
Takeaway there, then Branton had trouble getting a shot away, and now the Red Knights able to take it back the other direction. Carried here by Hain. Dropping it back, and they try to get a screen out front, but that one was blocked by a Trojan. Peschel shooting. That one changed direction as it hit bodies in front. Dropped it down behind where Matthews sends it around to Peterson. Got away from her as she was converged on there. Benilde wanted a penalty there, didn't get it. As it's played down to the corner. Branton digging it out. Oh, it's loose. Here's Peterson. Ooh. That one deflecting up high over the net. Branton up with it again now for the Trojans. To the point with Hackley. Now across to Matthew, and she falls down. And the Red Knights able to get it on out of there. Matthews turns and gives it back. And right back the other direction we go is sent into the Wayzata zone. Sloan Matthews back to pick it up here for the Trojans. Leaves it for Hackley. Banking it ahead now. Here comes Matthew with it. Podine is first to it for the Red Knights. And they get it out, but got too much on that clear and send it all the way down. Icing call against Benilde. So Wayzata has, I think, definitely started to tilt things a little more their way here. They've tied it up and now getting some their fair share of chances as well.
I saw an interesting talk the other night on an NHL game where they were talking about whether you score or not on the power play. Nice save there. Momentum will be generated either way. Either the penalty killing team, by killing the penalty, will get some good momentum, or the power play team, even by having a good power play where they get some shots, they may not score. We'll see if that happens here, but Wayzata's holding their own.
Played down deep. Coffin trying to chase it down. Podine got there, but then Podine goes down. Sent back in behind again. Mortensen back to gather it for the Red Knights. Banked it out to center. Here's Zavarol. Hits the zone, but was converged upon. Her shot blocked there by Peters. Podine to the corner and then out front, but Wayzata was all over it defensively, but they couldn't get the clear. Podine trying to throw it toward the net. That one was blocked. You see, Wayzata is not terribly worried about the puck getting to the point. They're going to be making sure there isn't much room in front.
Yeah, they're bunching in front quite a bit. They've got an expanding five-man box that they're moving around.
Zavarol coming out of the corner with it. Fighting off a couple of check attempts there, but then it is cleared on out.
Play.
And Bach will send it down for an icing. They needed a change right there, didn't they?
Them legs are getting real heavy. My gosh. A very potent penalty kill for the Benilde-St. Margaret's Red Knights. I mean, they basically pretty much shut them down for most of the first half of that one. And so we'll see what comes of it here as we approach the halfway part of the game.
Peschel does a nice job keeping it in. Then it's tipped wide. Matthew trying to get it out. Peschel's there again. Now the Trojans do get it back out to center, and then it's relayed right back in. Pops up into the netting there toward the corner, so we'll get a whistle and a face-off coming up in the Red Knight zone.
Red Knights have been looking very good 5-on-5. They didn't get much going on the power play, but they came out here in the 5-on-5. The puck was moving really nice. They were really rotating it around nice.
Kick loose there by Hain. Tried to come back behind the net to Haig. And this one will bounce out over Peschel's stick. Matthews chasing her, and then that pass across bounces away from Jones. Peschel sending it ahead, but they're forced back to the corner. And now here's Wayzata with Branton putting it out front. Oh, and a great stop. Rebound is saved as well by Green. She had to come up big right there. Wayzata, I've noticed they do some pretty good work generating from behind the net.
And they're noticing, like you said earlier, how Green is not getting out in front of the crease. She's staying back in the net. She finally jumps out to make a save, but look at how deep she is in the net. And then she finally came out and got it. Oh, what a nice save. Beautiful.
Oh, that was awesome, as Matthews, one of the more talented goal scorers for the Trojans, nearly got one there.
Yeah.
The Caesar to pick it up here for Benilde, floating it up the middle. Trojans up with it.
It's one thing I love about the sections, Jay, where you get into playoff hockey when you run and done, that just the way the games have evolved from the beginning to the end of it with these kids.
Lavender trying to knock that bouncing puck out of there. Now it comes loose alongside, and Juckness trying to go to the net. And that went off the outside of the net. The net moved, and a lot of people up here thought it maybe had gone in. Now Peschel. Down to the corner she goes. Boy, things are getting a lot more physical, a lot more frantic. I mean, these players all know that it's a tie game and a playoff game and heading toward the end of the second period.
Yep.
And that pass deflected, but then it got to Lindahl. Never could quite control it, though. Benilde looking to spring somebody up the middle there as they sent it long for Lucy Hansen. Pass across here to Lindahl, and she'll send it in, and they go off on a change. Puck regathered there by Ream, who has Wayzata's goal, pushes it down behind the net. Kick loose. Wayzata's compete level is very high right now. Not saying it wasn't earlier in the game, but they're really got a lot of jump in their step. They're not allowing anything easy for Benilde.
Which is really, they started out the second period not playing that way. They've really kind of picked it up here.
That one thrown wide and into the corner. Comes the other direction and hammered all the way through on the other side from Matthew. Hackley at the line. Back here for Hackley, and that one deflects off the glass. Tip loose by Zavarol, and here comes Melsness. Melsness with Zavarol going to the net. He'll turn and shoot, but there's just a lot of bodies back in position defensively there to try and get that one through.
The defense for the Trojans stuck at the line and got caught. The forward had already gotten behind her and covered for her, so they had everything covered. Nice defensive work by the forward there.
Haig dropping it back to the point. Now around it comes. Podine has a little bit of room, but that one is blocked. Sloan Matthews got there. Wayzata changing as Benilde trying to gain control and see if they couldn't get it up ice quick, but it didn't quite pan out. Tip loose. Opportunity now. Bach. Floating it out front. Oh, and a good recovery defensively there by Hain.
Very nice play.
Knocked away from Coffin, but to the point, and that one is blocked. But fortunately for Wayzata, it bounces over toward Allison Peters, and she'll send it back in.
I think both coaches looking at this game are pretty pleased right now. The tempo's picking up again, and this is like a playoff game. You were kind of saying that. It's feeling the intensity of it.
Yeah, it's felt like that a lot more in the second period than it did in the first, it seems like. Which, stands to reason the more the game goes on, it's going to seem like that.
It never ceases to amaze me how a penalty kill or a power play can change the whole tempo of a game in a matter of seconds here in hockey.
Jones at the point, shooting, and that one got all the way through, and Lavender had to kick it aside.
Brandon almost scored on her own goal.
Here's Branton up with it, banking it ahead toward Matthews, and that's going to be icing against the Trojans.
Well, we give you a look here. That nice pass over got between two defenders, and it just slopped off the top of her stick.
Great effort by Hain, but she didn't get a piece of it like I had first thought. And then that one was kind of a sneaky one, as there was traffic kind of all around, but it got all the way through. And Lavender was, it got on her quicker than she was expecting, it looked like there, but she still was in position and made the save.
Well, what do you say? Seeing eye single in baseball?
Banked ahead there, but a nice read on the interception by Peschel. Peschel playing it around for Zavarol, who did a nice job working herself free, but then that one comes out to the middle of everyone there, and Mortensen playing it down to the corner. Jones keeping it in. Back the other way for Zavarol. Zavarol trying to put it out front, and here comes Branton the other direction as Peterson with her. Branton trying to slide a pass across, but Peschel got back to break it up.
You said it early, boy. Today, the Red Knights got some D players, boy, I'll tell you. And now it's time for Sloan Matthews and Gretchen Branton to stand up. The team needs them right now. The leaders of the Red Knights team are stepping up with Zavarol and Peschel, but Matthews is trying on him. Gretchen Branton hasn't really gotten a real good crack on it.
The 1 point shot where she tried to go high stick side was pretty good, but yeah, it's kind of become apparent that if Wayzata, you know, obviously they got to go from the other line, but most of their attacks are going to probably be generated from that first line.
Yep.
Trying to get it out here, but Jones kept it in. Podine playing it around.
If you watch the Trojan defense, you'll see how they rotate very well within that, but they keep separation. They back each other up, but they're always moving. They're not being stationary. They're looking for the gaps. Look at that. They hold that pattern.
Oh, Podine shot kind of handcuffed. They score! It didn't go in off the original shot, but Lavender couldn't gain a good hold of it, and Haig will end up scoring it for the Red Knights, and they go back in front. Lavender would like to have that one back, as she just couldn't quite glove that first attempt.
Well, Olivia Haig with her 9th goal of the year. Just a nice play, kept at it. It bounced into the corner here. The shot bounced up real weird like that, and then she was right there to grab it.
Kind of similar to the other, to Wayzata's goal, where it was kind of a wraparound look. And again, I think she banked that one in. Haig from Hay, and I think she kind of banked that one in off the goaltender as well. So 2-1, and now a 2-on-1 rush opportunity for Benilde. Peschel, and a great recovery defensively by Matthew.
Good back check by the partner defense, too. Got that winger covered up. Peschel couldn't pass to her.
Hackley carrying it up. Got a little bit of a rough ride there from Maya Jones. Ooh, and then that pass deflected, but the Red Knights get it out. Under 20 seconds to go in the second. Benilde has just regained the lead, 2-1. Hackley trying to come up with that one. Under 10 seconds to play. Peschel will just play it in deep in the corner and not take any unnecessary chance. Ooh. So we've come to the end now of period number 2, and the intensity went up a notch for sure in that period. Wayzata played well, tied it up early, but then Benilde late in the period. Number 3, Olivia Haig, scoring on a wraparound off a rebound to give her team the lead back. Our score through 2 here at St. Louis Park Rec Center. Red Knights 2, Trojans 1.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Welcome back here to the St. Louis Park Rec Center. A good second period, and Wayzata now trailing 2-1 against Benilde here in our Section 6AA semifinal girls hockey matchup. So we check out some of the action from period number 2, and Dan and I were both in agreement, a much higher paced, more intense second period. And there's a good opportunity by the Caesar there for Benilde that was stopped. Off the draw here, a shot on net, and then the rebound going kind of off the outside of the net. And then the Trojans really buzzing here. It comes around behind, and watch Ream throwing it off the back of the goaltender Green and in. That one tied it up about 3.5 minutes in the period. Good chance here. Branson coming up. Nice blocker save there by Green. And for a while, Wayzata really kind of took the momentum. Boy, a couple of great saves right there for Green. Maybe her best of the game in that little sequence. And then a near miss here as they pass across, and Coffin chopped it over the net. Here's Jones threading one through that Lavender had to fight off. And then here's the second Benilde goal, and it's kind of shockingly similar to the Wayzata goal there. A little rebound and wraparound that was really just off the back of the goaltender. Goes to show you, when you're talking playoff games, anything you can do, put the puck on net, you're going to get a deflection. You know, two of our 3 goals have been like that.
Yeah.
As you see the stats through 2 periods here, and just the 1 penalty taken overall in the game. And we'll see third period if we can ratchet up even another notch, as that second period I thought the end was, you had no doubt you were watching playoff hockey for that 17 minutes.
Yeah, the one thing that's really standing out now too that you'll notice, the goaltending play in this game, the goaltender is going to determine this game. It's just that simple. They're both that good. And look at the scoring chances they got. They're getting bigger every time in numbers. So this third period ought to be wild.
Wayzata and Benilde will go to period 3 here in just a moment. Red Knights leading at 2-1 here on CCX. One period to go here. The spot in the Section 6AA Championship on the line as Wayzata and Benilde-St. Margaret's do battle here at the St. Louis Park Rec Center. As each team getting a goal in that second period, Dan, and both of them kind of similar wraparound rebound goals that went in off the goalie. And as we talked about it toward the end of that period, it just kind of shows that those are the type of goals that sometimes you're going to see in a pretty evenly matched playoff game, and you have to be ready for those kind of things too. And when coaches, you talk about things like that in practice, getting bodies in front, screening the goaltender, making life difficult for them. It's 4 games like this that you really work on that stuff, because they can't all be pretty 2-on-1s that wind up in the roof of the net,
Yeah, I mean, in a playoff time, you'll see an amount of goals go in that are just like, how did those go in? Just happens. Some are dirty, some are pretty, some don't care as long as they go in.
We talked about it earlier, and to start this third period, seems to be a fair amount of water on the ice there, as we saw in that shot. So, again, you have to be a little bit careful handling the puck, especially around your own net.
Oh, this is a defenseman's nightmare. Absolute nightmare.
Out to Peschel, and Lavender fought that one off. And a bouncing puck will come all the way through. It's going to be icing against the Trojans, so we will come right back. It kind of feels like the first 5 minutes or so are maybe going to set the tone of how this third period is going to be, because we've seen, for stretches of the game, Benilde's kind of dominated. Then Wayzata, they got that goal, and they kind of had things going their way for a little stretch, and then later in the period, Benilde answered back a bit.
Well, they did, and then they found their feet again and playing even with them, and it's their advantage to be down by 1 goal right now. I think Benilde would like to be up about 3 or 4 right now.
Pass was behind Junker. She didn't see it coming. Now Podine up with it, had to wait for her teammates to clear the zone, and throws it in deep. And that pass hit a skate on the way out, and then the second try didn't get out as Hain up with it. And that shot deflecting wide. A big bounce off the end boards, and then Hain chopping it wide as Lavender was trying to scramble back into position. Now thrown to the front. Here's a shot. Save there, and the rebound bounces wide. And let's see, is the net off here, or are we going to have a penalty? Looks like the net's off. Yep.
Yeah, net's off. Fell off on the left-hand side there. Boy, some real pressure there by the Red Knights. Lavender's held up really well, but
I don't know how that one didn't go in.
Oh, you got to stand there with a puck on your stick knowing it should go in and miss. I mean, I've seen it happen a lot.
Looked like it might have glanced off the outside of the goalpost there. Peschel up with it. A lot of traffic in front of her there, though, and that shot didn't get through.
Yeah, the other thing I like, too, is when your goaltender's playing well, it allows your team to take chances and play a little more spread out. And
nice drop pass back, but a good block by Hackley. Hackley plays it to the corner. Benilde's kind of buzzing right now. They would really like to get, I don't want to call it an insurance goal this early, but go up by 2 again in this game. Now look how dark it looks when we come down to that end. The sun is like middle of the ice and right side now, whereas earlier in the game it was the other direction.
So you want the cabana on the red line now and move the rest of the stuff to the side.
Floated across there toward Haig, who has the go-ahead goal late in the second for Benilde. Podine will chase it down across to Hancock. Knocked away from Hancock, but she recovers and gets the puck in deep. Benilde's changing, so Matthew gets back to it for Wayzata now to Peterson. Peterson up the left side will throw one in on net. Green directing it away, and Matthews able to gain possession. Here's Branton chipping it back, and knocked away there by Zavrall, but then playing it right back into Peter's stick.
Both teams playing well defensively and goaltending wise. Right now, one of these teams got to pick up, really let her go. Just play hockey right to the wind, work your systems, but spread it out a little bit more and see if you can get an opportunity. Slip somebody behind the D or get an odd man rush.
Zavrall threw it at the net. It went off the shoulder of a Trojan there. Now out to center and chip back in. Here's Peschel jumping in to take it. Peschel lost the handle a little bit as she tried to go around Schindler. Peschel, that one deflecting to the front. It's a little bit like how the first period was, where Wayzata just been kind of forced back on their heels a little bit, and the Red Knights buzzing pretty good. Now down toward the corner it goes. Schindler after it there for Wayzata, around to Lindahl. But there's Peschel jumping in again to keep it alive in the offensive zone.
Yeah, true to your point, Jay, but Wayzata's not getting, what do you want to say, still nervous, whatever. They're playing calmly. They're playing the positions. They're doing the right things.
And I think that kind of goes to the difficult schedule that they play. They're even as good as they are, they're facing teams night in and night out that are just as good as them and sometimes better. So you learn it's not all just about who's the more skilled team or whatever. That there are the little things you got to be able to do well, and they've learned that lesson very well. Branton puts on the brakes here. Trying to float one up the middle, but that was knocked down. And it's picked up by Hackley. Thrown in deep into the Benilde zone here. Peschel back to it. And Peterson intercepts that one, and it's off Green's glove. It's loose in front. Matthews trying to jab it home. And boy, it was interesting. We had the same thing happen, not exactly the same kind of shot, but to Lavender late in that second period that led to the go-ahead goal, where she just couldn't glove a pretty harmless high shot, and it almost cost Benilde here like it did Wayzata that first time.
I just love the fact that she got it in that direction, and like they say, when it goes on net, anything can happen, and especially in a game as tight as this one now with a 1-goal difference.
Branton to the point there. Knocked away, but it squirts away from Haig. And thrown in there. Green will stop it for Hancock. Benilde leading it 2-1. Third period action here. And they ran right into Branton with that one.
She's got a quick stick, Jay. Looked like she had her beat. She rolled by her one. The defenseman from the Red Knights rolled by her once, pulled it back, tried to go again, and that stick just shot out like bing bang.
Red Knights kind of an unforced icing there as they tried to hit Zavrall at center ice and couldn't quite do it. So get a draw here in the Benilde zone. 11:31 to play here in the third. Red Knights 2, Trojans 1. Clean faceoff win for Wayzata. Green the save, and she had some trouble with that one. as it just kind of slowly rolled away from her, but able to cover it up.
She's looking a little nervous right now. A tight game here. Green stood up though to the fact she's played some pretty good schedule too. You can see her kind of miss it there.
Here comes Hansen. Hansen shooting, she scores! Looked like Lavender might have been kind of thinking a pass might be coming there, and Hansen had the angle and put it away.
You're turning into a really good analyst, Jay. I like that. That's exactly what happened. My gosh. God, look at her. She comes in, she's coming out, she gets a beat on it. It'll just go on the inside of the lake pad 5-hole. Just a little slip. It's just a little bit of a mistake. And all of a sudden, it's a 2-goal lead. Oh, went right over the top of her lake pad into the left side. That's a big goal. That is a big goal, and the kids realize it right now. Timeout being called. Still got 11 minutes and 22 seconds left in the game. So just a good point to settle your kids down, the Wayzata Trojans. It's okay, we'll take it one shot at a time, one goal at a time, fight our way back in there, which I have complete confidence they're going to fight back. But
Hansen from Mortensen at 5:38, her 6th goal of the season here for BSM.
Well, now the Trojans got to open it up a little bit, and they're going to have to rely on their goaltender Lavender. And at this point, I want to see rubber meeting leather. Put the shot into the goalie or on the net, something, because we've watched both goalies mishandle some rebounds here with drop stuff out of their glove, drop pucks out of their glove. All right, you got to be there to capitalize on it, and that's what they're talking about now. Get in on net and force it. And you might see some odd man rushes from the Red Knights because the Trojans are pushing hard into the offensive zone, but they got to do it now. They're down 2 goals in the last period. Still plenty of time, though.
And I think in that little Benilde huddle there, you're seeing Kevin Gray. And I think one thing they want to emphasize is, man, we're super excited we just got that goal, but let's not for a second start to think, okay, we've got this one. You gotta get everybody's head back in the right space to know that Wayzata is going to be coming still.
What's the one word they say about playoff sports? Everybody's good at this point.
Oh. And we're going to have a penalty here against Hackley as she hauled Melsness down. It will be a hold. I think Melsness might have sold that one a little bit too, but Hackley did wrap her arm around her. So the first penalty against the Trojans, Melsness actually took the Benilde one, and then Hackley will take that one.
Wow. There's a large element of truth to what you said there, Jay. But, okay, that's what they got to play. Like I said, the penalty kills have been ruling all season here. Is this the time where the power play finally breaks through for the Red Knights?
Matthews floating it down the rink here for Wayzata. Green will stop it. And it goes without saying, really a must kill for Wayzata right now. They're down 3-1.
Absolutely.
Peschel had it knocked away as she tried to work it up ice. Around it comes to Hancock. Here's Peschel. Floating it across. Hancock, nice play to keep it moving, and it's off the stick there. Hancock with it high. Down low, they look for the tip, and it goes wide. Here's Branton coming up with it. Zavarol, though, took it away. Back for Peschel, walking in, she scored! And the Red Knights are up by 3.
Wow, was that a nice shot? What a great play. We told you Peschel likes to sneak in. She's done it quite a few times. This time she gets behind and the D's all looking the wrong way and see her in front, and she just finds a hole. Nice pass out there and just rips it into the left-hand side. Not much you can do about that, Jay, for a goalie.
No, and she timed it very well too, when to creep down to that circle and just be ready to catch the pass and then let it rip.
Well, I'm just going to put this plug in. If some colleges aren't talking to her, something's wrong. She's a player, and she did a great job. And this is just when you need your upperclassmen to step up and play, and she really did. She's played a great game so far, but that's a big one.
And here they come again. Oh, and it just got away from Hansen out front. Zavral and Hain get the assist on Peschel's 8th goal of the year. A power play goal at 7-12, and the Red Knights open it up to 4-1. Podine up with it here for Benilde and gets the return pass. And Hansen, a nice reception of that pass, goes to the backhand and knocked away there by Lavender. Benilde flying right now.
Nice move by Hansen, a really nice move.
Thrown to the front, and a swing and a miss mostly by Jones there. They get it again though, and that one deflected just wide. Benilde coming in waves right now. Zavral playing it around behind. And pop loose. But they're kind of going with the best defense is a good offense down the stretch. They're not going to worry about Wayzata getting chances if they can't get it out of their zone. They're just going to keep the pressure on offensively.
Oh, yeah, that change of philosophy I talked about. Let's get the offense cranked up here. If it costs us a little defensively, fine, but it's not because that forecheck is just working so well.
Zavral throwing it back in. Melsness getting to it. And now here come the Trojans. Good back check there by Hain.
Yeah.
Hancock playing it around. Kept in initially by Wayzata, but now they get it out. Trying to go to Zavral. Oh, boy, if she had just banked that pass, I think they were good to go there on at least a potential rush, but she just tried to thread it through on a direct line.
Put a little touch and a whisper on it as she just scoots it up the boards a little bit.
Oh, and that one deflects wide. Time not on Wayzata's side right now for sure. Down 3 goals, 7:40 to go.
Benilde's out shooting Wayzata right now.
Oh, here's Matthews into the circle and fires.
She's been firing all night.
That's one that even at 4-1 makes the Benilde coaches nervous when you see number 32 with that much space in the center of the ice. Green won that battle though.
Well, this is still a game. I mean, I've seen weird things happen. I mean, the other night though, in the Minnesota-Wisconsin game, Badgers came back to almost tie the game after being down 5-1.
Yes, but who won?
Oh, you made a great point there, Jay. Yes, I am duly slapped in my chair. But a good extension here by the Red Knights to really press home that attack in the attack zone and keep the puck down there, and it's paid off for them.
Well, and one of the last things that Kevin Gray said to me before the game too kind of seems to be coming into play a little bit is he said we like our depth. We feel like we can just run 3 lines one after the other, and eventually later in games it kind of pays off. Oh, there's a goal! 4-2 now as Wayzata, that puck popping up in the air and then comes loose in front where it can be tucked away there by Bach. Just when we're talking about all the things that BSM's doing right, the Trojans are back to within 2.
There's all I can say is that's just puck luck. I think it just bounces up. Yeah, and over the shoulder. Yeah, there it is.
She was waiting as, in hindsight, I guess Peschel probably maybe should have, batted the puck to the corner. She tried to play it down to her stick, and Bach was just reading it perfectly. Ready for it and got a swing on it immediately, and in the net it wound up.
You got to look at that and think, oh my gosh, I go to the Blues Brothers. They're on a mission from God. What a goal.
Lindahl and Peters will get assists on that goal. I thought maybe it'd be unassisted as it looked like Peschel had kind of gained control of it there, but either way. And so a great goal there by Bach to pull Wayzata to within 4-2. And boy, just when I was saying that, you know, time wasn't on their side, they needed one pretty quick to really have a realistic chance, and that's exactly what they got.
Well, it's like they say, the hardest lead to hold in hockey is a 2-goal lead. And it's true, I've been there.
Matthew up with it here for the Trojans. Yeah, Benilde was succeeding by really coming at them hard, and you don't really want to back off, but at the same time, you know, you want to make sure you're sound defensively here too.
Well, you got a 2-goal lead, you got to buckle down on the D right now.
It's going to be an icing as Wayzata didn't quite gain the red line before lofting that one into the corner.
See, here's where you get an opportunity now too if you're Benilde. Get the face-off, win it, get an open shot and see what you can do with it, but don't sacrifice the defense to score a goal now. You're ahead.
Hain wins it back to Peschel, firing. Lavender, the glove save, and she'll hang on. And another draw, and that's what Wayzata does not want to see. Not only a clean win, but back to a player as talented at the point as Peschel. Hain will do it again. Peschel this time plays it down deep.
Twice in a row, right on the stick to the D. Oh, there's that flying wing.
Out to center it comes, and here comes Lindahl, but cannot get by Peschel. Down to the ice goes Bach, who just scored that goal a moment ago. Here's a shot out. Ooh, and Lavender the save, and then had it get away just briefly. And charging at it was Jones there, trying to put a rebound away.
Good effort all the way around.
I think if you're Benilde coaches too right now, you're wanting to see how your team responds to, you know, they had that big lead and then that goal went in. You know, do you tense up or do you come back even harder?
Yeah.
And so far, so good, I think, in their sake. They've been winning face-offs and putting shots on net still, so they have not retreated back into a shell.
Well, you only got two teams playing each other, two people competing against one another, you know, so say, how will you respond? How will you respond? It's the old idea, getting hit in the mouth. Like, are you going to get up or are you going to stay down?
Podine playing it along the wall there. Branton trying to free it up. Now got it over to Matthews. Matthews going to the net. Pops up in the air as that one went off of Green's shoulder, I believe, there. And now the Red Knights get it on out. Uh-oh, giveaway here. Branton coming in alone and missed the net. Big rebound, though. Peterson firing. Oh, my goodness. Benilde nearly costing themselves with a major turnover right there.
Oh, that is the number one spot. You do not give a puck up. Just carry it. Don't try and pass it across your own blue line. Any of the coaches having a heart attack in the Benilde bench?
Flip to the line here.
All of a sudden, here they come again, the Trojans. Just get to get the goal, and all of a sudden they're creating their own momentum.
In behind the Benilde net. Jones back to get it there. Spins away, but was pressured and gave it up. Here's Hackley, a shot going just wide. Wow, I just was talking about how Benilde seemed to stay pretty poised, and now all of a sudden they are being pressured big time. Coffin shooting, that one goes wide. Matthew, dangerous pass, but got it to Hackley. Her rising shot sails over the net. 3:15 to go. Benilde protecting a 2-goal lead at 4-2, but Wayzata has gotten things going.
Well, right now the coaches are concerned, are my goaltenders going to hold form? Are they going to panic? Are they going to, make a mistake? It's one thing that the skaters, regular skaters gotten from them. They always have the goalie to back them up when they make a mistake.
Flipped over here comes Sloan Matthews. And knocked away back the other direction comes Peschel. Peschel floating a pass just a little out of Hansen's reach.
Beautiful setup though. Man.
Little shove there, but play will go on. Probably going to have to be pretty blatant this late in a section semifinal, right?
Exactly. Oh, but that's the way it should be. Let the kids decide it and then let them play it out.
Podine up with it here for the Red Knights. Now giving it to Peschel. And she will throw it in. Uh-oh, didn't.
Yeah, she didn't.
Did not clear the red line. That's a mistake right there. Here's another look. Branton in alone on the breakaway. And if you're Benilde, you're saying, oh, I can't believe we gave that away. And if you're Wayzata, you're saying, I can't believe we missed it.
Oh, so she's going to see that all night in her sleep. Oh.
Trojans able to control the draw. Schindler, ooh, that one. I don't think Green saw that one coming.
I agree.
It was just off the outside of the net. Here comes Zavarol. Puts that one on. Lavender will tap it to herself there and hang on, force a face-off.
You know, Benilde, we thought we put them away and they just keep coming back. What do we got to do here?
Yeah, that one might have deflected. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That did not miss by much.
Ooh.
And she was late to see it, and it almost hit the shaft of her stick there, which maybe it would have been even worse.
Well, I think something we got going here too, Jay, is the fact that the ice is warm. You can tell by how choppy and bouncy the puck is, and that's causing some strange, like, flutter pucks, as we were talking about. So the weather's having an effect on this game a little bit.
Paschal, that one knocked down. Trojans get it in, then right back out. Matthews will play it in deep here. Minute and a half to go. Goalie headed to the bench. Lavender is out for an extra skater. Branton has it knocked away. They pull it out of the corner, and that one off the tip of Green's glove. 1:15. Extra attacker for Wayzata, an empty net at the other end.
Keep your eye on Green. She's having trouble seeing that puck, Jay, when it's coming off the half boards.
Benilde trying to eat up some time there as we go under a minute to play. Paschal just trying to pin it there. Now Branton out of there with it. Branton turns and fires. Green the stop, and then Wayzata going hard to the net, and they knock Paschal right into her goaltender.
Boy, just great efforts by both teams here, Jay. I mean, everything's getting put out here.
This is a spot where if they hadn't already used their timeout, I think Wayzata would use one because they'd like to get a little bit of rest for that Branton Matthews group, yeah. Here's a shot. Oh, the pad save, the rebound loose. Thrown to the front, and now the net has come off just as Matthew was about to tee it up. So we get another face-off, this time on the other side. Trojans win it. Branton the shot, and Green the stop there.
I like it. Green's cool and collected. She didn't let that phase her at all.
Under a half minute to play. Benilde up by 2. Looks like they're going to fight off this mighty challenge from Wayzata as it's popped back out. And a takeaway. Trying to go to the empty net there was Haig, but didn't quite get it. But Wayzata's going to run out of time here as puck taken away. 7 seconds to go. Red Knights fans to their feet here as they are pumped up. The Red Knights are going to play for a section title on Saturday, as Benilde will end up winning at 4-2. Turned into a very interesting hockey game, Dan. We saw a little bit of everything down the stretch here. Benilde seemed like they'd kind of put it away when they got to 4-1, but Trojans fought back, got a goal, got some more very quality chances after that as well. And it wasn't really feeling secure until really the final buzzer, or at least the final 30 seconds there.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way that the kids here, both teams, when they could capture momentum, could capture some, absolutely did. I mean, it went back and forth, like you're saying. Benilde come out hot for 5 minutes, and all of a sudden Wayzata turned around on him, and it went back and forth. It was good playoff hockey, and that's the way it should be when you're playing in the sections here. So, unfortunately, the Trojan seasons end, but boy, they sure got better from when they were at the beginning of the season. Benilde, I think we know where they want to go.
So the Red Knights will get set for a section final again. If Blake would be able to upset Edina, then the game would be here. But if the Hornets hold serve as the top seed, then it would be at Braemar on Saturday. So as Dan said, the season coming to an end for the Trojans here, but enjoyed watching their team and their seniors that'll be moving on after this season as well. There's some, and played some great hockey here tonight, bounced back, but it's going to be a bitter one for the seniors here, as you see Coach Williamson consoling Gretchen Branton there. And for Benilde, they're excited. They're going to get ready to play for a section final on Saturday. Hope you've enjoyed this one here from the St. Louis Park Rec Center. For Dan Ficken and all of our crew, MJ Wilcox, final again is Benilde-St. Margaret's 4 and Wayzata 2.